and welcome back to Fuzzy Duckzy Gaming. So this is my fourth installment of our level 70 to endgame guide. So the last time we left off, it was the end of week 2 and we had our Deep Crow hatchling, had it leveled up to 35. We'd got some really decent gear from Master Expeditions and got some lucky drops there. And we had our bondings to 10, 10 and 11. Now this video is 2 weeks worth of play, as most of it was grinding AD, and when I got to the end of the third week, went to make a video, I literally didn't really have anything to say because I'd purely been grinding AD and I hadn't bought any extra items for the character. So now we're at the end of week 2. We have made now loads of upgrades because we've got the AD that we needed. Now I will say first, in terms of boons, I've kind of given up on them because it's a lot of work whilst I'm playing with other characters and streaming and creating content. But that doesn't mean that you get off easily because you are going to need to do them if you want this to be your main character. So I did finish Dread Ring. So if we go into campaigns, then we can see that I've got all my Dread Ring boons. Now the main reason was a lot of my AD grinding came from running the layers, which meant I needed to run as many Dread Ring quests as possible to get Vanguard scripts. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I've been running Phantasmal Fortress to make money on some enchanting stones. I've got a separate video about that. The link will be in the description of the video. And I've kind of been making a lot of profit there. I also wanted to unlock this task at the top, which you need to complete all of your boons to do. And that allows you to trade one of the campaign items you get, which is the Thayan Cipher. So you can get 2 of these a day. You can trade one of them in probably per day because I think it's about 12 hours. And you can get 30 Vanguard scripts, which is 3 keys to the layers, which is really handy. I also have done a tiny bit of Icewind Dale. So as you can see here, I've unlocked the first boon. And that's because I've moved my legacy campaign currency towards a different area. Because it's double campaign, I've gone for Icewind Dale just so I can get the first boon unlocked. So we may as well do that while we're here. So as you can see, you've only got 17 boons. Realistically, I'll probably take this character to maybe get the movement speed and then maybe unlock these 2 and then we'll probably give up, if that. But you still need to be grinding your boons. Again, I've got a separate video on that kind of shows you how to tackle them individually, kind of grouped up in 3s at a time so you don't get overwhelmed. So in terms of how we got to where we are, you can see the companion is now legendary. He's rank 40. So his stats are looking really, really good. And obviously the more stats we have, the more it adds to us. So I've been mainly running, again, it's going to be intermediate queue and the leveling queue when I've been on, running Master Expeditions and handing the boxes in to Zoc to get your AD, running loads of Phantasmal Fortress, and then I've also been selling everything I get from lockboxes. The only thing I haven't been selling is I've decided lockbox wise, the best ones that I can buy that are cheap and have decent content are Undying Lockbox. And it's mainly because a lot of the boxes that just drop, you can sell straight away for decent money. Bloodied Companion Pack goes for around 40k AD. This is on Xbox. Cursed Artifact Equipment is the same because it regularly drops Enchanting Stone rank 5s, which are quite expensive. Full Moon Enchantment Packs I've been opening because they go for about the price of the minimum refinement stone that sits in it. Stronghold Pack I've been selling. Adventure and Fashion are not really worth anything, so I've just been opening them. But we've been fairly lucky. We've avoided Fashion, had a few Adventure Packs, not had many Stronghold Packs. We've kind of mainly had the Artifact, Companion and Full Moon Packs. So we've made quite a lot of money from our daily key, which is why VIP is so important. Yes, you have to pay for it, but you easily make that money back and more. And you've got that chance of dropping that legendary amount. Yeah, it's really rare, but it can happen. So that's kind of where we've been making money. So as well as getting my companion to legendary, I've also now got my bonded runestones up to 11. Did this the same way I did last week. Completed legacy campaigns for both the weeks. So that gave me the rank 5 stone that I need. So then I only needed some wards, which again, I've bought off the auction house. So it is an expensive way of doing it. It's cheaper if you have Zen, wait for a 20% discount and buy them from there. But I'm trying to do this so that PC players can play along so they don't have to wait, you know, whatever the wait is to exchange your AD to Zen. So what we've also done is we have started adding some rank 9 enchantments to gear. I think I've only got 2 or 3 because I'm pretty short on AD. Obviously spent it all. So we've gone for some cruel rank 9s in a couple of places. So they're power and accuracy, 600 of each. I won't keep these forever, but at the moment I am lacking on accuracy. And then we've got a few of our, because this is all enchantments that come with the gear that you get from the Undermountain set. So I was running some darks in offense because that's all I had, but they serve me no purpose at all now because I'm well over my armor pen cap at 75k. So again, these are like, this is again on Xbox. So if I go to rank 9 enchantments, you have to be careful what ones you buy because some are pretty useless. So we go. So we've got 3 cruels there. In fact, I'm going to buy them because I've got the money for them. So let's buy those. So these are just a stopgap, but because they're so cheap at the moment, and I'm sure they are on all platforms because there's loads of them floating around at the moment and people aren't that keen on dual stat enchantments in mod 16. So we'll see where, oh no, I haven't unlocked them yet. So there, we've got another armor pen one there. So we'll take that out and we will stick a cruel in. Got 2 lots here, so we'll remove them. Stick our cruels in again. And then that's going to lower our armor pen a bit, push our power up and push our accuracy very near the 68k cap that we'd be looking for. So now our character's looking really good. We can certainly run advanced Q if we want to, but I'm only doing it in a group with my guild because if you do get a group of fairly low level players, some of them are difficult to impossible. So as you can see, you can queue at 16k, which if you were following my video, 16k is easy to get after pretty much a week and a half of play, and your character's nowhere near ready to run some of the content in these because some of them are really difficult and they're mechanic heavy. So if you're confident and you know these dungeons, or you want your guild or alliance to teach you, I would group up and run these because the bonus is nice. If you're a tank or healer, you're going to have times in the day where you get your bonus roll. So that's 20,000 AD for one run. So it's worth doing, but I would only do it in a group that you're confident with. So that's kind of where we are and the progress we've made. Now we're going to look at what we want to do for next week or the next couple of weeks. So as I said, we haven't even looked at mounts yet, just because the ones I want to start looking at are going to be quite expensive. So we want to get an epic mount, but I don't want to buy one just for the movement speed because it might have a bonus that's no good for us whatsoever. So what I'm going to be looking for is a mount that gives us 5k power. I think these are fairly expensive at the moment. I think they're about 200k on Xbox, probably a bit more on other platforms. If you're not sure what mounts give what, there's plenty of information on the internet. I mean, the Neverwinter wiki's not that up to date, but it has the mount information on there. I'm pretty sure Rainer's wiki has probably got something about mounts as well. So that's what we're going to be looking for. We're going to be looking for a mount with power. Also, at the same time, we're going to be looking to fill out some of the companion slots that we've got empty at the moment. So we've got, really, I just slotted stuff that I had free because I had packs. So like, that's not really any good. Deflection and awareness. Power and awareness is good, but it's green. So in rarity, so it needs a lot of leveling up. I don't have a third defense one at the moment. And then we bought an energon for around 20k AD or whatever they are because they're cheap. And the hit points comes in handy. So for the next couple of weeks, that's what I'm going to be looking to do. Going to be looking to get an epic mount with power, start getting some insignia bonuses going, and then start filling out these companion slots. And then I think once we're in a position where we've got some companions that add a bit of power and we get a mount to give us some power as well, we then might look at whether we want to go to a couple of old areas of content to get some hunt gear, to get some increased damage. And then I might brave a long run. Once I get my power up to about 125 to 130k, so it's going to take a while, then I'm going to try a long run. So the other place that's going to come from is, again, upgrading bondings, because as we upgrade these, it transfers stats. So we're going to get more and more stats as we go along. And then it's going to be upgrading these empowered runestones, because these make a big difference, because again, as we get our bondings up, then our runestones go up. So these are the 2 areas I need to focus on at the moment. It's going to be companion gear in terms of the runestones, Oh, I have an armor pen one in there that I don't want, so we'll get that replaced when we can with an empowered one. In fact, while we're here, again, let's do that now because I'm sure I can probably afford one because they are very cheap. Because that's going to give us a bit more power and some armor pen that we're still overcapped on armor pen. We only need one though. I don't particularly want to buy two, but then if there's none available for singles, then yeah, but I'm not paying. Yeah, I'm not paying that. So we'll go and we'll just buy two. I can always send one to another character that I make at some point, or we can just post the individual one up if we want to. So we'll go to our companion. Where was it? Here. Okay, so what's that? I mean, it won't have done a lot, but it'll push us up slightly. There we go, 105k power, give or take. With a few consumables, that can get us up to 110, 112. So we're looking in a really good position. So at the moment, as you can see, I've got this epic mount with critical strike. I've literally just used that because I had it available for free on my account. You might have as well, because there's been some Twitch promotions that give epic mounts. There's campaign kind of quests that come available where you can get mounts. So actually, let's put something on that doesn't. So movement speed, so that's not going to make a difference. Yeah, so then that's a fairer reflection because I haven't got my additional critical strike. So we need to push that up a little bit, but 65k, we're missing, what, 3% crit strike in Lair of the Mad Mage, and all the other content we're fine. So I'll leave that there because I've started to waffle, but I think we're in a really good position on this character. So I hope you carry on with yours. If you've got any questions or need any help, feel free to leave some questions in the comments and I'll respond. But until then, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.